This is the barrio Ruzafa, the Ruzafa neighborhood in Valencia, and this is where I used to live. This is actually the house or the flat where I wrote A Death in Valencia, just up there. And I was actually living here, I say, when I wrote it, it was about 3 years ago. And this street, which is fairly quiet now for Valencia, Valencia is a noisy place, very noisy city. Today this is relatively quiet. When I was writing this book 3 years ago, this street was just, it was mayhem. There was noise everywhere. I mean, okay, that motorbike going past, that was like peaceful and quiet and wonderful. Hey, wow, motorbike. Because we had like bulldozers and lorries and trucks and everything pouring down the street all day, every day, and through the night as well. We couldn't sleep. And the reason was that they were building a metro line, a new metro line in Valencia, right along this street here. And it caused all kinds of problems because, as I say, we couldn't sleep. We had a little baby. Our eldest boy was then only 1 year old, and so we couldn't sleep because of him. We couldn't sleep because of the noise. And I kind of fed all this into the novel, into A Death in Valencia, because Max, he is living through exactly the same thing. They're building a metro line outside his house. He can't sleep, and all these big cracks start appearing in his flat, and he's getting really worried about this. And then one day he comes to his street and there's no flat. The flat has actually collapsed and fallen down. Now, thankfully our block of flats didn't fall down, but it almost did, actually. So I was inspired by what happened to us, because one day big cracks started appearing in the walls, and the firemen rushed in and they threw everybody out, and we thought we were actually going to have to leave the flat that we were living in with our little boy, a little baby boy. And in the end what they did is they just propped the whole flat up with these prop poles. It was like turned into a forest of iron, our entire flat. So that's when I said, right, we just got to get out of here. And I just finished the novel then. I just finished A Death in Valencia. And so we moved out. Thank God. It was actually quite a good thing, because now we live in a much nicer place. And this is what they were building here. This is what this looks like, just like nothing, okay? This is actually what should have been the metro station that was going to be here right outside our house. They did all this work, they did all this incredible metro work, gave everybody nervous breakdowns by digging through the night. And then they ran out of money when the thing was almost finished, and they just said, okay, we run out of money, so we just stopped, and that's it. And then here it is. So here it is for everybody to remember what happened to all the money they spent. Valencia is the most corrupt and the most broke part of Spain, and it's largely because they did lots of silly things like this. So this is a good example. And all this is in A Death in Valencia.